and welcome. Nice to have you with us on a busy afternoon as we talked about what's going on as far as the world of sports is concerned on this Thursday afternoon with Billy Z and Eddie Erickson and Colin Schmeling. We'll take you home here. Christopher Russo on the great Sirius XM 82. 888 Mad Dog 6 is your two-way sports talk telephone number. We'll do a little college basketball today. I know it's probably me and me alone, but I almost kind of consider right around February 10th, I kind of look at this as almost the beginning of the college basketball campaign. Football is over. The games become a little more significant, and obviously you have a Duke North Carolina game.
NBA. And I think that the regular season, it is more compelling than ever. And wow.
What is going on in college basketball? Nothing that has happened so far this year is really significant in college basketball. Nothing means anything until really nothing means anything now either. But we can at least get a little feel of how good some of these teams are. So we'll do that here in the course of our afternoon today as we chat about what's going on in the world of sports. We got a lot to do. We're good to Garoppolo today too. Contact with San Francisco, but we're going to start today with Cleveland and the Cavaliers and the franchise, who, if you haven't heard, made a lot of trades today. I mean, significant trades, don't get me wrong, but they made a lot of trades today. I mean, obviously they sent Dwayne Wade to Miami. Pat Riley didn't want Wade to go originally, so Wade back to Miami. I mean, I thought that would be a good move by the Cavs early in the year, bringing Wade there, get some production off the bench. Good chemistry guy, but for whatever the reason, they got Isaiah Thomas out of there. They send Isaiah Thomas with Channing Frye and everything else. They send a number one pick, right? They send them out, not the protected, not the one they got from the Nets. The other trade, the other one, a first round pick, which is protected, but it won't be a lottery pick. They send them to the Lakers to get Jordan Clarkson and Nance Jr. Clarkson's had a pretty good year. Now, nobody has really seen him play. How many games are you watching the Lakers late at night? Lousy team, last 2-3 seasons. I don't have a real feel of him. Nance, I know, is a good athlete and everything else. He averages 9 points and 8 rebounds a game. They got a lot younger by getting rid of Isaiah, who, may have been a major problem. Obviously, didn't seem like he liked Tyrone Lue. He was always annoyed the Celtics got rid of him to begin with. Channing Frye's a spare part. And then later on, the Cavaliers, if you missed today, made a trade with a three-way trade with Utah and Sacramento. The Cavaliers today, they get Rodney Hood from the Jazz and George Hill from the Kings, and they get rid of Derrick Rose and Jay Crowder. Now, I thought Crowder would be a good move for them, and for whatever the reason, Crowder, was what it was. So from that standpoint, Crowder and Rose go to Utah. Hood and Hill come here. Kings got Joe Johnson and Shumpert and a second-round pick via Miami. So, to make a long story short, I mean, there's a lot of little trades here today. The Hawks and the Heat made a trade. Nobody cares. Jameer Nelson went to Detroit. Nobody cares. Ty Zeller and Vaughn made a trade this week. We know about Herman Gomez. It sounds like McDermott may have been involved in a trade. Nobody cares about any of the other trades. Nothing is significant. The issue is Cleveland, and not that any of these trades is a huge deal, but I think Cleveland did well today. I mean, Cleveland got rid of Wade, Shumpert, Channing Frye, Isaiah Thomas, 4 guys, and Derrick Rose. So Rose, Wade, Crowder, Isaiah, and Frye. They traded 5 guys today, 5 players, and they got Hill, Hood, Clarkson, and Nance back. I think the Cavs, they got a lot younger today. They changed the look of their team a little bit. Hood can score. He's not making a ton of money. The Donovan Mitchell, maybe that's changed Hood's role there. I haven't seen Hood play this year. Obviously, I saw Hood play in college with first Mississippi State and then Duke. I saw Hood play a lot last year with Utah. I had the Jazz as an over. They got it, by the way, 48.5. So I saw Hood a lot last year. He's not unbelievably strong or physical, but he can shoot. He can make threes. I think that's a good move. And obviously, Clarkson's averaging 14 points a game. We know about that. We know Nance is a big athletic forward. this is just on a big picture, and, we'll see if Tyrone Lue, who's no Brad Stevens, we'll see if he can figure out a way to get the team to foment, and if he get the team to have a little chemistry, which is what that team needs in the worst way. Barely won last night against the T-Wolves. Their defense is horrendous. I don't know if they got a lot better defensively. Hill's, been around a long time. Hill knows his way around a big game. I don't like Hill. When I see him, he never does anything for me. I saw him a lot last year with Utah. I saw Sacramento a lot this year as I got the Kings as an over for the season at 27.5. So I've seen Hill play a lot for the Kings. Some days you like Hill, some days you can't stand him. So days you can't stand him if you're a Cavalier fan, he doesn't play. Simple as that. But I think the Cavs today did a good job. I think overall it's hard to argue with what that new GM did with his team. He changed his team. He got younger. He obviously kept his protected pick from the Nets. That's not a non-protected pick. That number 1 pick from the Nets, which is going to be a lottery pick. Whether it's the first pick in the draft, who knows? We'll find out. The lottery has changed. Don't forget, the worst record doesn't have as good a chance to get the number 1 pick as he used to. So from that, not that the Nets are going to have the worst record, but from that perspective, that pick, they might have a chance to get a very high pick there. And we all know it sounds like that Arizona Ford's a big kind of player, and we'll see where they stand. The Nets right now, that pick who they got from Boston, the Nets right now have 19 wins. Atlanta has 17 wins, and the Nets are in the mix to have the worst record. So maybe they will have the number 1 pick there in the draft. Who knows? But they kept the pick. And they got a little younger, and I think they probably got a lot better. I wouldn't read too much into the LeBron situation. The only thing I would say about LeBron and what he will and will not do, I'll say 2 things about that. One, what PJ told us yesterday, that he did not think LeBron was going to leave, that at the end of the day, the ties with Akron are very strong, and he'll stay in Cleveland. All right, we'll see. That's what PJ thought. I don't know why he'd ever want to go to the Western Conference anyway, based on the idea that he'd have to play Golden State in the semifinals. But so from that perspective, PJ didn't think he would go to L.A. or the Clippers or the Lakers. And the other thing for me is, why would if he was going to go to the Lakers, he's got a better chance of going now than before the day began, because the Lakers clear a lot of cap space, getting Clarkson out of there, making a lot of money, $29 million for 2 years. But why would the Cavaliers basically pave the way for LeBron to go to L.A. by helping the Laker cap space? So maybe they know that LeBron don't want to go there. I mean, why would the Cavaliers, I know they're trying to salvage this year, I get that, but why would the Cavaliers go out there and get Clarkson off the Lakers' hands to give the Lakers more opportunity as far as the scenario goes with LeBron? Why would they do that? I don't quite understand that. So I don't think he's going to end up in L.A. I think LeBron's a lot of chatter here anyway. I don't know why he'd want to go to the Western Conference. I don't understand that. I know everybody now has brought up Houston as a possibility. He's got no ties to Houston. Houston has won championships before LeBron ever got there, and Houston is not exactly an NBA mecca by any stretch. It's not the Lakers. I don't know. It's not. It's a nice place to live, but he's got no foundational tie, doesn't have a house there. So I don't know why Houston would be a place he would go to. So, listen, the Cavs got better today. I thought the GM did an excellent job today. And you also throw in the fact that, they kept that number 1 pick. So we see. There's a lot of other little trades today. I mean, Peyton, the guard from the Magic, goes to Phoenix. If you care about that for a 2nd-round pick. I'm not sure if Dallas and the Knicks got together in a trade. I mean, there wasn't really anything else out there that was that interesting. The Cavaliers are your NBA story today with what they did. We'll get your calls in on that right after this quick timeout here on Mad Dog Unleashed.